Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to my channel. We are today Wednesday, July 22nd, 2020. And for today, there were a couple of questions that I never saw, as I mentioned to you before. Some of your comments, I've just never seen them. So this morning, I saw a couple of questions and I down and to answer these questions. The first question is from Sav Telly, how are you doing? So you asked a question and you said, how is it that, I believe it was from, this question came from one of my videos. Now these are older questions that you guys ask, so I am just now replying, better late than never. So you asked, how is it that people from abroad are able to come to Haiti and start prosperous businesses, but Haitian residents cannot? Is there a bias in Haiti's leadership? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And I believe that I talked about that in the past. Like, unfortunately, in Haiti, they give people who come from abroad or people who are non-Haitian a lot more leeway than their Haitian people. Even Haitian people here, I believe that I explained to you guys what took place years ago when I went to the supermarket. I was waiting in line. It was this supermarket too. I was waiting in line and the cashier was a Haitian woman, and she saw me waiting in line, and there was another guy who literally walked to the side of the line. The guy appears to be an Arab man. The lady had the nerve to ask the man to give her his goods so that she could ring it. Meanwhile, we were in a line. The guy was so appalled that he said, "No, come Madame Navant." And I looked at her with such a disgust in my face. And I literally had to tell her what I thought about her. And these are the things that happen, unfortunately and sadly, in Haiti. This is why you have anybody who comes from the bottom in any other countries, especially European countries or white countries. These people can technically succeed in Haiti because there is a huge bias. There is, oh my throat, excuse me. I filmed the previous video, it was pouring and I was literally screaming. I don't even know if I really filmed that video, so my throat is killing me right now. So yeah, so definitely you have people who are biased, you have people who are, you know, prejudice, you know, colorism, everything. So this is really why you have people from other race coming to Haiti and successfully opening businesses in Haiti. But you also have here in Haiti people who are probably, I hate to say upper class, because you know how I feel about this crazy upper class. There's no upper class. But people who should be able to create jobs in Haiti, turning probably their nose down at the population. So in a way, who creates jobs in Haiti are people who come from poverty, but they come here and they are able to give other people jobs, whereas the Haitians rather, you know. So Marta, you asked a question. I believe it was from one of the posts that I wrote. You said, what do you do for fun in Haiti? And where are your favorite places to go? At the present moment, I do very little for fun in Haiti. Ever since I've come back, you know, 2019 was totally at home. My type of fun in Haiti would be outing. I love the sea, so if I could be at sea all the time, it would be great. It would also be visiting the country. Haiti has a lot of beautiful places. I love the fact that some of you actually wrote to me, you know, and asked me, why is it that some of these places are not advertised, such as, you know, the place that I went in Gangouave, and maybe, you know, I'll film a video about that. But if you've been following my channel, you understand the whole political behind Haiti not being really promoted. So my type of fun thing right now would really just be being in quietness and peacefulness. And where is my favorite places to go? It would be any place at sea at this point. So Anne Pierre, you wrote me this a long time ago. You said, what is the best advice do I have regarding your desire to move to Haiti with your 2 daughters? It is to follow your heart. I've always said that. These questions are so simple because I feel like I'm always answering the same questions, but it is always to follow your heart. You know, you need to know as a mother. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I need water. I have none around me. So you need to know, as a mother, what is it that you're looking for your children to have in terms of life? What type of education are you looking to give to your children? Can you give these things to your children while living in Haiti, or can you not? Right? So these are the evaluations that you need to know. You need to know your children and know if your children would actually. I know they are very young. I believe you said 5 and 7. So reintegrating them at that age could be a little easier, but a lot comes into bringing children back to Haiti in terms of like outings for your children, fun things to do for your children, location for you to live. Are you going to be living here in the city? If so, what can you afford? Where can you live? These are all the things that I feel like you need to take into consideration when you are following your heart. Where do you fall in the country where you live in? Where would you fall here in Haiti? These are the evaluations that you need to make for yourself and for your children. Okay. So Mufasa, you said this was a long time ago, but I'm just really now taking and answering. So hopefully you guys get to see this. So you said, what is my opinion on Haiti's Tourism Innovation Summit or the Haitian Tech Summit this year? My opinion is none. I actually did not participate in the Haitian Tech Summit, but they had like an after talk, and I went there and I was not impressed. I never made a video regarding that, because one of the person that I work with who sits on the board of the youth agency told me there's no need for you to talk about that. Like, don't give that person more exposure than they need. Just keep it moving. I did not go to the tech summit, but they had an after talk and I participated in that, and I was not impressed. I was not impressed based on how you telling me that they, like, let's not forget, a lot of these quote unquote summit receive fundings. When you receive fundings, you have to do and provide the services by any means necessary, even if you're lying. So a lot of these people who get exposure, we're going to say, and not only do they get this exposure, but they get the money, they get the funding. To me, it's by all means necessary. You're gonna come to a country in 2019, the fucking country was upside down, and you having a goddamn tech summit. What? There's no fucking electricity. What are you talking about? Now, a lot of times these people come and they tell you things like, oh, we gotta look at the solution. Bitch, the fucking solution is the government. Like, okay, let me just not, because I could see, the thing with this question is it's bringing me back to how I felt when I participated in this talk that these people from the tech summit had, and it left a distasteful. It was last year around the same time. I remember it. Yeah, it was last year. I attended it with a friend, and my friend wanted me to attend the summit itself. I said no. I said, oh, I'm not doing the summit. But then, she invited me to the talk, and I went because I wanted to hear. Usually, like these things, I'll attend to listen to what these people are saying. And to me, it's usually garbage. The lady who was talking about it, I believe she was talking about the fact that, Google wanted to invest, and Google give I think she said something of the sort of $1,200 or $1,500. Let's not make this personal. Okay. So which of these would I recommend a freelance videographer with interest in frequent visits to Haiti to attend? None. Usually these summits, you usually see the same people. The people that you see are people who attend some of these opportunities put out by the American embassy. Excuse me. So a lot of times it's the same circles. And as a freelance videographer, I mean, if you want to get there, but you're not really going to get the feel of Haiti. In my opinion, you're not really going to get the feel of what, to me, if you really want to see what Haiti is about, attend events that are local. Come to Haiti, and Focal is also I'll write Focal down, research Focal, Mufasa. Focal has a lot of events. It's a place that I absolutely recommend for people who are interested in really, participating in something very concrete or very nourishing, educational, but also something that has where you're really going to mingle with Haitian people. These extra summit like innovation, tourism, tech, these are covered up summit where these people receive money and they are on it and they put a bullshit together and they're like they wanted to do to Haiti. So I do not recommend for anyone to attend these things, truth be told. All right, these are the only questions that I saw, ladies and gentlemen. This is a pretty short and sweet video. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next.